that he'd find some sophomore who would have, well, it looked like what he did is he found an 8th grader and anointed him as, "You will be my kicker of the future." And that young man would be groomed right away. As the ensuing kickoff is fielded by Taylor. Check that Remigio at the 2-yard line. A lot of east-west running, and he'll take it out to the 13. Lee will take over from there, trailing the Reagan Rattlers 40-0. And you would see that young man on the varsity. He will kick it in the middle of the H in northeast in the end zone if he's having a bad night, and he might kick it over the end line. And as for the Lee Volunteers, they have the ball. It looks like our man Canto is taking over quarterback, and they wanted to try an overhand lateral there, and the lateral was in fact caught. So it'll be 2nd down and 15. We'll have to see the last time Engelbrecht caught a pass, if ever. Canto throws to the far side this time. That's complete. That'll be close to a 1st down. It will be a 1st down out to the 25-yard line. The reception by Connor Hernandez.
Yeah, and they're making the tackle, or really taking the brunt of that. Hit the receiver at about the 20-yard line and got drug for about, well, is there a flag?
I've never seen not wearing a bandana.
I saw him not wearing one of the Sopranos.
Nope, that I have yet to see it ever. Canto wants to throw, has a man open, Escobedo with the catch, and he'll have a 1st down across the 30 to the 32-yard line, 18 yards on the gain, and that moves the chains for the Lee Bradley student who posted a YouTube video where he interviewed head coach Ben Cook of the MacArthur Brahmas on his way to the locker room at halftime of the Johnson game. So, seeing some potential future talent for the Texas Sports Radio Network, I tweeted out that in about 8 years there may be an opportunity for him, as there's a reception close to a 1st down for the Volunteers.
I'm a little jealous. He's already better than me at this, man. That's pretty good.
Well, we
you were about to say, it doesn't take a lot to be better than you.
No, I was not going to say that. Let's, we don't want the kid to get his head swelled up here. We need to.
Well,
although I'm sure seeing this, he's probably thinking, "Oh man, I can do better than this." 2nd down and 2. Yep, I believe that's Remigio, as he has spun his parents and said that, well, could Logan observe a broadcast? And said, well, sure, he can see what we do and decide to do something else more than likely. Hopefully he's not discouraged from entering the profession altogether. It seems like he's having a pretty good time up here.
Well, the one thing I will say, what we do is tremendously fun.
Oh, yes.
You know, good games, bad games, blowouts, close ones. It's so much fun doing this, and I can definitely attest. I've been doing this. My first broadcast was back in 1993, 94, doing a Tarleton State color analyst gig back in the day, and I have been hooked ever since. I enjoy every second that I do this, whether it's San Antonio Christian or UIW taking on UTEP. It's just a tremendously fun honor to be able to do stuff like this.
And when you find the right opportunity, even if you don't have ambitions to make a living at this, a lot of sacrifices go into the folks who really aspire to make it to the big time in this industry. But it can be a great hobby, and if you have the right talent, the right breaks, and maybe Logan Ledesma will be Joe Buck's successor at Fox one of these days. There's a deep pass intended for Ben Poole. He is well covered, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Solid throwing arm.
Pass to the far side. That'll be complete to DeAndre Woodard, but he is swarmed by Rattlers and will be brought down after a gain of just 1. It'll be 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
They know they're not going to win, but they're still working.
Canto throws complete to Escobedo underneath. He'll have a 1st down. He's into Reagan territory.
For an after-the-play push, and I want to say that was, I know from a Reagan standpoint, that was Bryce Trench.
62.
Yeah, so you had Trench. Offensive side, you had Vera, a little extracurricular activity after the game, or after the play, which you just don't necessarily have the size or the
Canto back to pass, the 250-pound quarterback. Now he wants to run it. And only about 5 or 6 Rattlers.
That is awesome.
This is rugby scrum now, as there are about 15 people in that pile. And Canto for the Volunteers at the Reagan 29 as they try to avert the shutout. Canto will throw deep into double coverage and overthrows the intended receiver, incomplete. Well, Gabe, we do see some offenses, the wing tee, slot tee kind of look, where very often the quarterback is called upon to be the lead blocker on a sweep scheme, and being a lead blocker for a running back, that would probably be pretty intimidating for your average 4A cornerback to have Mr. Canto coming at you ready to block.
That's like a pulling guard.
Yes.
Pass
interference.
And 2 weeks to talk about it, because next week is the open date. Canto being chased, rolls to his right, and 3 Rattlers will bring him down at the 18-yard line, led by Jake Brookover.
I mean, that is a...
To the right, zone read give to Remigio, and he is brought down at the... Certainly a conflicted figure who had to consider his loyalty to the Union versus loyalty to the state, and as a Virginian decided to serve the Confederacy has been in the news. Many people wanting to distance